welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make shower steamers. They're full of essential oils and you put them at the bottom of your shower, and once they start fizzing and steaming, the essential oil aroma is released, and it really helps with stuffy noses, allergies, all that good stuff. Now in the video I think I left this out, but once you pop them out of your molds, you need to let them dry for 24 to 48 hours before you package them or seal them up, and you do need to store them in a container that is not going to allow water or moisture to get in there. A Ziploc bag is just fine. So stay tuned and I'll show you how to make them. Hey y'all. Okay, so what I'm making here, it's not bath bombs. It's kind of like in the same manner as bath bombs, but no, these are shower steamers. And what those are, they're just little pucks, whatever, shape mold you have. And you put them in the bottom of your shower as you're standing in it, of course, out of the stream of water. And as the water just barely hits it, it starts this fizzing reaction, like a bath bomb. But it starts like this little fizzing reaction, and the essential oils that you put in it kind of fills up your shower. And it can help with allergies, if you have a cold. It helps, works sort of like as a decongestant to help clear up your sinuses so that you can breathe a little bit. Of course, it depends on what type of essential oils you put in yours. It could be like a relaxing blend. You would use lavender, whatever scents you like. But I'm making these for a purpose, to help with decongesting, to help with decongesting properties. But in this bowl, what I have is baking soda, citric acid, and cornstarch. Now, when I make bath bombs, I want to make sure that I use the best quality ingredients that I can. But because these are not going in the bathtub, they're not going to be absorbing into your skin. So you don't have to use the best quality ingredients as your base, but you do want to use good quality essential oils. And in this, I just use the Great Value cornstarch, the Great Value baking soda. This is from Walmart, of course. And the citric acid, you can get this at Walmart. It's from Ball. This is a pretty good brand. Now, I order mine in 5-gallon buckets from a chemistry store in South Carolina, but of course you're probably not going to want that much. So you can buy these little containers of citric acid, like I said, in Walmart. It's over in the canning section where they sell the mason jars and such as that. You'll find that over there. And I used 1 cup of baking soda, half a cup of citric acid, half a cup of cornstarch. That's what is in this bowl. And then I used a whisk. And you just want to whisk it together and make sure you get rid of any really big clumps. Like I said, these are not going to be floating around in your bathtub. So it doesn't really matter if you get every single tiny little clump out, but you want to try. You want to try to get it as smooth as you can. Smooth operator. Okay, you want to try to get it as smooth as you can. And I think that looks okay. Now what you want to do is we need to add a liquid in here, which is going to bind it together. You can use water if you want to, but I've found that the best is witch hazel. And as you can see, I took the spray top off of a bottle that I think the bottle cracked or something, and I saved the top. And all I did, I just screwed it down onto the bottle of witch hazel. So what you want to do is you want to put enough liquid in this so that it still looks dry, but when you squeeze it, it's kind of like the consistency of wet sand. And when you squeeze it, it's going to form a clump. Okay, and once it starts to hold itself together, you know it's the right consistency. These, just like bath bombs, they are very temperamental. You don't want to use too much liquid, because once this liquid hits this, it might start fizzing. You don't want it to start fizzing. Fizzing is bad, unless it's in your shower. So I'm just going to spray it 2 times, and as you can see, it started fizzing a little bit. Just hurry up and whisk it around, and that fizzing will stop. It's 2 more times. So that was four sprays altogether. So let's scoop it out and squeeze it. Nope, that is way too dry. And we'll spray 3 more times. I don't like to spray more than 2 or 3 times, because that way you can kind of keep an eye on it and not get too much. It's easier to put in more, but you can't take it out. Put 3 more in there. And like I said, it's going to look dry, but it's going to be kind of the consistency of wet sand. Like when you're at the beach, like that perfect sand that you can build sandcastles out of. Okay, it's starting to clump a little bit. I'm sorry for the noise, y'all. See how it's starting to hold its shape, but if you drop it, it just turns back into powder. It's almost there. Because when you squeeze it, you want it to hold its shape, and then when you drop it into the bowl, you want it to still hold its shape. Getting there. But if you put, I put a little too much in there. If you put too much, once you pack it into your mold and then you let it sit to dry, it might start fizzing up on you. It all depends on the humidity where you live. If you have a very humid environment, they might start kind of like, they'll like start bulking up and fizzing up on you. It's just because they're pulling in moisture from the air. Okay, I think that looks good. My cat's yelling at me. Okay, now we're going to put in some essential oil. And what I have is eucalyptus and peppermint. And for the peppermint, you want to do, for this amount, let's say 20 drops. I hear you, kitty. And for the eucalyptus, you want to do 40 drops. Oh, Lord. Or however much you want to do. I don't think I'm even counting this. I just kind of know what it looks like. As I said, I've been making these things for a long time. Now stir it up. Stir it up. Stir it up, stir it up, stir it up. You can use your hands to mush all this together if you want to, but the peppermint is a little strong, and I don't want my hands smelling like peppermint, because I got to go work on a crochet order here in a little bit, and I don't want it to smell. And I'm out of rubber gloves, so vinyl gloves, latex, whatever you want to call them. I call them rubber gloves. Okay, so now you want to press them down into your mold. I'm going to use my bath bomb molds. Now, if you don't have any of these, you can use an ice cube tray. That will work just as well. Pack it firmly down into whatever you're using for a mold. Like I said, if you're using an ice cube tray, just use that. Pack it down in there really, really firmly, really hard, okay? You don't want it to be loose, because if you pack it too loose, once you dump it out, it's going to fall apart on you. So now I've got that packed in there pretty tight. Just set that off to the side, okay? And I don't know where the rest of my molds are. So I've got 4 of these on hand. But if you're using an ice cube tray, just pack it down in there. And then you want to let it sit for about 2 hours, okay? Let it sit for about 2 hours. And then flip them over and tap them out. But I'm using these, and you see how they're rounded? It's really easy to get these to pop right out, so I don't let mine sit. And I'm getting peppermint all over my hands anyway. Oh well, I guess I can wait till tomorrow to crochet. It's not as bad doing it like this as if you put your hands in there and start mixing it and it's all in the oil before it's incorporated. Like I said, once you get your once you get it packed down into your mold, just squish that down in there. I put some force behind mine. Once you get it all packed down in there, like I said, if you're using an ice cube tray, I highly suggest letting it sit for about 2 hours before you try to tap them out. And what you would do is, it's good to use a piece of parchment paper or something like that. Don't try to let them rest and dry on a piece of paper or a piece of cardboard, because it'll start like sucking the oils out of it, and all your oil and everything is going to be absorbed into your cardboard, and then your bath bomb's not going to have any scent to it. Your bath bomb. I was making bath bombs earlier, and then your shower steamer is not really going to have any scent left to it. Nice. I got all mine packed down in here, so I'm just going to tap mine out just like that. I'm using a piece of bubble wrap for mine. I really like these. And my cat is real angry with me right now. He's hungry. If you want molds like this, look down in the comments and I'll pin a comment to where I got mine on Amazon. Like I said, these are rounded, so they're a lot easier to get your shower steamer out. But if you use any other shape of mold, like I said, the ice cube trays, you know, they're going to be square, rectangular, you know, whatever kind you have. they're just going to be hard to get out. And if you try to tap them out any earlier than letting them sit for about 2 hours, they're probably going to break on you. And then, you know, essential oils are not that cheap. I'll put a link below, too, of some of my favorite brands. But, like I said, essential oils are not cheap, so you don't want to waste them. So, this right here, this recipe is going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably six good-sized steamers. Like I said, to use these, what I like to do, just to get the fizzing started, is to hold one in your hand, and while the water's running in the shower, just barely, you know, move it into the water stream, let the water hit it. That's going to start the fizzing action. And then take it, of course, flat side down, and put it on the floor of your shower, out of the direct stream of the water, and it'll start steaming and fizzing and all that good stuff. Now, because this has oil in it, it is going to make the bottom of your shower a little slippery, so please be careful. Don't fall. Shoot, I could probably fall in the shower when it's not oily, so I've got to be extra careful. Alright, so now I'm going to tap these out. I will have these for sale in my Etsy shop too. My packaging that I ordered is not going to be here until Thursday or Friday. Come out. Do you see this? Okay, like I said, my packaging is not going to be here till Thursday or Friday. And today is Tuesday, so it'll be here pretty soon. There you go. There's your little shower steamers. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you would, please give me a thumbs up. Click subscribe. Check me out on other forms of social media. The links to all of those will be in the description box down below. And I hope to see y'all next time. Bye-bye.